Hi gang, Movie Man Eric Houston here with another look at the educational and industrial films of yesteryear. Our first picture tonight is the harrowing story of a young would-be serial killer as he stalks and spies on the popular kids. Or maybe it's just about learning to fit in? From 1947 and Coronet Instructional Films, this is Shy Guy. Oh, and keep your eye out for a bewitching lead actor.
In class, it's not so bad. But when school's out and the others go off to enjoy themselves, well, if you're what they call a shy guy, that's when you really feel it. The loneliness of being new in town. You don't know how to make people like you, and you find yourself holding a grudge against them. You're standing on the outside looking in. You might have something to contribute to their conversation, but nobody cares whether you do or not. There's a barrier, and you don't know how to begin breaking it down. You imagine they keep watching the way you look, the way you act. They think you're different. So you head for home. What else? But still, you can't forget that you're alone, an outsider.
Hello, Phil. How's everything?
Oh, okay, I guess, Dad.
Your record transmitter and microphone coming.
Oh, all right, I guess. I know it isn't either. I can't figure out where to connect in the oscillator. I know I have to connect it into the amplifier, but where? It just doesn't fit in.
Why not a store and get more information? And by the way, how are things going in school?
Oh, okay, Dad. But school here isn't like it was back in Morristown.
Well, you know, son, maybe school is like your radio. This oscillator will do its work well. But as you said, you still have to fit it in so it can work with all the other parts.
I know what you're driving at, Dad, but I don't think I ever will fit in, not here. I'm different from the guys in this town.
Well, as far as that goes, Phil, everybody's different. That's what makes people interesting.
Maybe.
You know, when we moved here this summer, I had quite a time making friends in a new office where everybody else knew each other.
What'd you do, Dad?
Well, that's beside the point, son. What works for one doesn't necessarily work for another.
But I bet the other men didn't look at your clothes all the time.
Well, what makes you think they look at your clothes?
Oh, because the other fellas wear sweaters or just shirts, not a regular suit like mine.
Well, wear a sweater then. But clothes alone won't... Phil, what about the other fellows? What do they do? What do they like?
Gosh, Dad, I don't know. I never noticed. Only I know it's not radios.
Perhaps that's the reason you don't know. You don't notice what the others are interested in. Why not try to find out?
How, Dad?
Well, you might try watching, listening. Pick out the most popular boys and girls in school and keep an eye on them. Try to figure out why people like them. Not that you'll ever be just like any of them, but you might learn something. Well, see you at dinner.
Now, there's an idea. Maybe a good idea. Worth a try, anyway. And tomorrow's not too soon to start. Pick out the most popular boys and girls in school and keep an eye on them. Who are they now? Some of them are right here in this class. Andy McIntyre, for instance. People like him, all right. Chick Gallagher rates high in popularity, too. There's Jane Davenport. She's popular with boys and girls. And Jack Gilbert. What's he got that makes people like him so much? Andy's got something to say, and Jack's listening. He really seems interested. Come to think of it, Jack's always interested in what people are talking about. Maybe that's why he hits it off so well with everybody. Anyhow, Andy thinks he's a great guy. No, that's too easy. Just listening. But what's this? Sounds like Jane's caught on to the same thing. She's listening. Hearing about Helen's collection of menus. And liking it. That makes her kingpin with Helen. Maybe there is something in this business of being a good listener. But still, there must be more to getting along with people than just wearing a sweater and listening.
What's the matter, Bob? Handle stuck?
Yeah, I can't get it open.
Oh, here, let me try. There's a trick to some of these. There.
Gee, thanks a lot, Chick.
Now, why didn't you think of that? Chick's always doing things for people. And it pays off in friends.
Boy, that sure is one tough history assignment we have for Friday. Wish I could find some good outside reading material.
I found a swell book that covers everything Miss Carson wants us to know. It's called The Last Days of Monarchism by Henry Darrow. You can get it at the library.
I'm sure glad you told me about it. I'll get it this afternoon. Thanks a lot, Bob.
It's okay, Chick.
You dope. You knew about that book. You could have been the guy that helped a guy. There it is again. Even when you bump into people, they hardly know you're alive. You're alone, Bud. Alone in the crowd. But keep looking around. Try to find out what the score is. Look at Jack and Beezy over there. Girls seem to like them. Why? What's the angle? They do act kind of polite. At least they seat the girls and give their orders to the waiter. They aren't loud like some of the guys.
Cherry Coke, chocolate Coke, milkshake, and walnut. Double chocolate walnut. Okay, I got it. Whoa, gee.
Excuse me, please. I've got the orders for my table. Just helping out during rush hour, Bob.
Gee, thanks a lot, Chick. That's swelling.
Okay, Bob. Hey, girl.
There's Chick being helpful again.
I can't quite decide. Why don't you wear that blue and white striped dress on those cheeks? I love the way it's made.
Hey, don't tell me you two are still talking clothes. Was this a plot to squelch all males present? Oh, Phil, sit down. Make yourself at home.
Oh, Chick, how are you?
Pretty good. Come on, sit down.
Hello, everybody. Okay.
We men need some support to run down this girlish chatter. Hey, you want them all, don't you? Yo, Bob. The topic under discussion is the mixer next Friday night at school. You're going, aren't you?
I don't know, Chick. I haven't got a date yet.
Well, grab yourself a girl and come along. It's not going to be a real party. Just the class getting together for some fun.
I'd like to, Chick. Yeah, I sure would. Oh. Yeah, sure would be something to take Mary Lou to the mixer. Wonder if she already has a date.
Well, how's the oscillator coming along?
Hi, Dad. Oh, I haven't quite got it working yet. But, you know that other business we were talking about? Well, I've been following your advice.
How about it? Find out anything?
Yeah, Dad, I think I did. It looks like people who get along best with other people are, well, the people who think about the other guy. They make a point of listening to what others have to say and watching for ways to do things for them, being polite toward them. Do you suppose it's sort of a case of thinking so much about other people that you don't have much time to yourself?
Well, perhaps that's right. Maybe the best way to find out is to try it the next chance you get.
You know, Dad, there's a mixer Friday night. I wasn't going to go, but in the drugstore the other day, Chick said I ought to come.
Good idea, Phil.
Well, Dad, there is a girl I'd like to take, Mary Lou Wright. But I'm not sure she'd go with me. Never even talked to her. I'd probably fall all over myself. Besides, she's popular. She's probably got a date by now.
Well, it is pretty late to ask a girl. Why don't you just go stag? You needn't worry about doing anything wrong, Phil. You act all right. Just do and say whatever seems most natural.
Well, Dad, maybe it will be easier after I've had a chance to talk to her at the mixer. You know what? I kind of think this is going to fit in after all. Well, this is it. Sink or swim. Oh, there's Mary Lou. She did come with another guy. Beezy Barnes. What now? They're breaking up the piano game. Look at Beezy, listening first to one boy, then another. It's funny the way people flock around a good listener. But what's this? They're talking about radios. It's right down your alley. They're asking Beezy about penny stock. You know the answer to that one. You could tell him. But she just to butt in. Beezy's still stuck. He really needs help. Help. That's it.
An offer of help. That's welcome anywhere. It's not hard to fit yourself into a conversation. A mention of a similar problem in connection with the record player. They're interested in that record player. They are interested in that shy guy. They know he's alive now. And, strangely enough, he's just discovered that they're alive. Of course they'd like to see the record player. Of course they'll come over. Tomorrow afternoon.
I just have to do a little more soldering and connect the oscillator into the amplifier, and everything will fit in.
Oh, Phil, could you have it ready by next week and bring it over to my house?
I guess so.
Some of the gang's coming over Thursday night, and we could have a lot of fun with it. You will come, won't you?
Well, one shy guy is on his way. Not that his worries are over. He'll still have his moments of doubt, of hesitation, of fear that he might do something wrong. But he can face these problems now because he knows that he's not really different. And while he's discovered only a few of many ways to overcome shyness, he's discovered that it can be done. And that's the main thing, isn't it?
You know, that one actually wasn't too bad in terms of actual usable advice. Sure, Dad's advice to intently watch and listen to the popular kids, he was a little too close to straight-up stalking, but who hasn't heard those same voices in their head or dealt with that sometimes almost crippling uncertainty when hanging out with strangers? That was, of course, a young Dick York as Phil, about 20 years before he'd become famous as Darrin on Bewitched. Dick was born in Fort Wayne, Indiana, not too far from Glenville, Illinois, where Coronet made many of their educational films. In fact, before he got famous, Dick York starred in some 150 of these ephemeral films, including this next one. It's another Coronet instructional film, this one from 1949. It's Rest and Health.
What's the matter, George? Sure had a tough time today.
I don't know.
Gotta get in condition. Conference meet's only a month away. We're going to need
Say,
you in
George,
top...
you think you'll live? Cut it out. I can't help it if I'm tired out once in a while. Once in a while, he says.
Did you ever try going to bed at night?
I don't need as much sleep as you guys. Look at Edison, only 4 hours sleep a night.
Just because you can turn on a light doesn't mean you're another Edison. Go on, I'll see you, Tom.
See you tomorrow.
Hey, so long, Edison.
Seriously, George, it's not only your running. I've seen how dead you've been in class. Sue and the girls are talking about it, too.
Oh, not Sue.
Yes, Sue, and you know why.
I haven't got time to waste sleeping. Too many other things to do.
That's just the point. If you don't get enough sleep, you won't have the pep to do other things.
Now, look, Professor, I guess I know what's good.
Hi, Coach.
Hi, Tom. George.
I was just leaving.
Oh, wait for me, will you, Tom?
Yeah, stick around, Tom. You're George's pal. Say, George, I've just been checking over your medical records. The doc gives you a clean bill of health. So what's wrong? You don't smoke. What about coffee?
No.
Well, haven't you been eating right?
Oh, that's just that I'm tired out all the time, I guess.
How much sleep do you get?
About 5 or 6 hours a night.
Well, you need more than that, don't you?
We're going to need you in top form.
Now, don't start that again. I told you.
Hey, take it easy. Here's a chance for you to get some of that rest you need. Sit down. Relax.
No, Coach, I sit all day and all night studying. That's not resting.
Oh, maybe not. But the running you do, that should provide relaxation.
Relaxation. That's what tires me out.
How about it, Tom? Do you feel tired?
Sure, but I still feel good. After sitting in class all day, I get a lift out of running.
Well, that's the way it should be. A change like that can be restful.
Doesn't work that way for me.
Works for your father.
Oh?
You know, I bowl with your dad every week. He has a great time. Well, I bet I can draw a picture of your home. Dinner's over, and your father has made himself comfortable in his easy chair. But now he's going out to bowl. You see, he spends most of his day at the office sitting. He's ready for a change in the evening, some exercise.
I get the idea. Sis is a salesgirl, on her feet all day. So for her, it's a restful change to sit and read.
But what sort of a change do you get? There you are, George, tired out. And when you're so tired, how much studying do you really do?
But, Coach, I have to study if I want to keep eligible.
How do you work that, Tom?
Me? I just have a set period for studying in the evening. When the time's up, I stop.
Stop?
Sure. I'm usually through anyway. Honest, George. Bet if you'd get enough rest, you'd be able to do your studying in half the time. And do it better, too.
Then you'd have plenty of time left for sleep and the other things you want to do.
And you'd be able to stay awake at parties. Tell them about last Saturday night.
Saturday night.
You know what happened.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had some of the gang over. It was a nice little party, I guess. At least everybody had a good time. Everybody but me.
And Sue.
Yeah, Sue didn't have much fun either. She told me yesterday. She's still plenty sore. And why not? She's full of pep. She doesn't have to waste her time with someone like me. Say, I'll bet Sue gets a lot of sleep and rest. What do you think, Coach?
What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I could use more sleep. Oh, but, Coach, I tried it once. One time I got to bed real early. But I just couldn't get to sleep. Gotta get to sleep. History. English. Oh, I can't get anywhere with it anyway. What'll I do? I'll be called on for sure. No, gotta get to sleep. Can't sleep. Can't sleep. Can't sleep. Oh, no. Never get to sleep. Might as well try to study. Let's see now. Tariff. Protective tariff. Reciprocal. Trade.
Sleep is a wonderful thing, George. When you sleep, your whole body is taking it easy. Even your breathing and your heartbeat are slower, easier.
Sleep. Brother, that next morning. Ooh, I never felt worse. I was still worn out, and I stayed worn out all day. So you see, that's no good.
And you didn't try it again.
What was the use?
Oh, then there's your trouble. You have to try it again and again until it becomes a habit. Oh, it may not be easy the first few times, but once you're in the habit of going to bed on time and going right to sleep, you'll find it much easier.
Am I right, Tom? I never have any trouble sleeping.
But, Coach, what can I do to get to sleep? Right away, I mean.
There's some things you can try. You should be tired, but not too tired. Your day should include a variety of activities, and preferably some exercise late in the afternoon. Then a warm bath, warm, not hot, may help you relax. And perhaps help you forget any worries that might keep you awake, including the conference meet coming up. You know, I've got a hunch we're going to do all right. So long, boys.
See you tomorrow, Coach.
So long, Coach. Thanks. There. Ventilation. Room shouldn't be too warm. Slept pretty well last night. Better than the first few nights. Maybe I am getting in the habit. Pretty good, 8 hours again. Better relax a little. Room quiet. Wait a minute. Did I get all my studying done? I can't worry now. Time to sleep. I'll be fresher in the morning. Let go now. Relax. Take it easy. Hey, time to get up already? I must have slept like a top. Feel pretty good, too. A few more nights like that, and I'll really be in condition.
Say, what's got into you? What's the hurry?
Somebody waiting for me.
Not Sue. Who else? Hey, is it true she got you to work on the spring play?
Uh-huh, I'm trying out for it right after the conference meet.
Say, how can you do so many things?
It's a trade secret. But I'll give you a little hint. I'm, not another Thomas Edison.
Huh? Oh, I know. You've quit studying. Well, look for another man now.
Ask him.
Don't worry, he's eligible with plenty to spare now.
Boy, George, you sure set a pace today. Am I tired? How about you? Tired? Who, me?
Dick York is actually pretty good in these, and you can see why they had him make so many. Not to mention why he eventually escaped educational film purgatory to marry a witch on TV. Still, sometimes these shorts really do need the main characters to be total dummies for the story to work. I mean, it doesn't really seem like our hero has any outside pressures or medical reasons that he can't sleep, which, you know, is definitely a thing. I myself have a sleep disorder. Instead, the film makes it seem like he only ever tried to sleep once and it wasn't for him? Weird. These movies are weird. But hey, that's what makes them great. Rest assured, we'll be seeing more of Dick York and his various problems in future episodes when we'll be back with more vintage, industrial, and educational films. Until then, stay safe, watch movies.